Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session on what is a business case. I'm thrilled to have you here as we explore this core concept, essentially for business analysts and project managers alike. In today's session, we'll look at how a well crafted business case can guide successful project decisions and support informed resource allocations. A business case is more than just documentation, it's a strategic tool that clarifies a project's value, visibility, costs, and alignment with organizational goals. By presenting a clear rationale, it helps gain stakeholder approval, ensuring that resources, time, and efforts are dedicated to initiatives that truly add value. By the end of this webinar, you'll understand the essential values of a business case and gain the skills to create one that's compelling and data driven. I'll walk you through each component, showing you how a business case can prevent misaligned projects, minimize wasted resources, and ultimately drive smarter, more strategic decisions. Let's take a quick look at today's agenda. We'll start by defining the business case and exploring its purpose, and then we'll go into the core structure step by step so you can see how each part builds a complete persuasive document. We'll also cover tips for creating a professional data backed business case, complete with real world examples, and I'll illustrate each part. Finally, we'll close with key takeaways. So let's begin by defining what a business case is. A business case is a structured document that justifies a specific project or initiative. It explains the reasoning, the anticipated benefits, and the resources needed for a project. Think of it as a roadmap that clarifies why a project is necessary and how it all adds value. The goal of a business case is to answer critical questions that are on the minds of stakeholders and decision makers, like why should we consider this project? What measurable values will it bring? And what are the anticipated costs, risks, and resources that are required? Imagine you're planning to renovate your house. Before you start tearing down walls, you'll want to ensure that your investments add value, right? You'll analyze the costs, the benefits, potential risks, like going over budget or dealing with bad contractors, and then decide whether to proceed. A business case serves the same purpose, but for a large scale organizational decision. Essentially, a business case convinces stakeholders to invest in a project by showing that it's worth their time, energy, and their budgets. Imagine starting a project with no roadmap or justification. Just because it seems like a good idea, in reality, projects demand substantial resources and organizations can't afford to gamble. A strong business case helps to 1. Justify investments by clearly outlining how a project brings value. 2. Support decision making. Decision makers need data and analysis to make informed decisions. 3. Prioritizing resources. A well crafted business case allows organizations to compare multiple initiatives, helping to allocate resources wisely. And lastly, identify risks early. By analyzing the potential risks and proposing mitigating strategies, a business case minimizes the chance of costing mistakes down the line. So, without a business case, projects risk going off course, wasting time, money, and potentially harming the organization's reputation. Think of a business case as a powerful decision making asset. Just like planning for a major life event, a business case allows the organization to focus resources on what matters most while reducing potential setbacks. Next, let's break down the structure of a business case. Each section serves a specific purpose, and understanding how each piece fits together will allow you to build a well supported, data backed business case. We'll look at each component one by one, giving you practical insights along the way. Let's begin by looking at the introduction. The introduction is the scene setter for a business case. It defines the issue or opportunities and sets the purpose of the entire document. For instance, if a retail business is facing declined sales, the introduction will outline this issue, possibly backed by data, and establish that the business case will explore potential solutions to address this challenge. A well written introduction answers: why are we here? What challenges or opportunities are we addressing? It's crucial to keep this part concise and direct, setting a clear stage for the readers. Now let's look at the executive summary. Many stakeholders only have time to read the executive summary, so it must be impactful. This section briefly summarizes the key points of your business case, like the problem, the potential solution, and the recommended approach. For instance, if you propose a new customer service software, the executive summary would mention the existing problem, such as poor customer feedback, the solution, which is new software, for example, and the expected benefits, which could be higher customer satisfaction scores and potential revenue growth. This concise summary gives decision makers the essence of your proposal in a few sentences. Now let's look at the current situation analysis. In this section, you provide a detailed analysis of the problem or opportunity the project will address. Going back to our retail example, if the company is experiencing a sales decline, this section will quantify that drop, examine root causes, and outline potential impacts if no action is taken. This deep dive sets up the urgency and need for the project, giving stakeholders a clear picture of what's at stake. Now we look at the options considered. A strong business case evaluates multiple solutions, including the do nothing option. Each option should be analyzed in terms of feasibility, costs, benefits, and risks. For example, suppose you're a retail analyst evaluating ways to increase sales. Option one would be to launch new marketing campaigns focused on high traffic seasons. Option two would be to reduce costs by closing underperforming stores. Option three would be implementing an omni-channel approach that integrates online and offline sales. By exploring multiple options, you provide stakeholders with a balanced view and demonstrate that you've thoroughly examined potential solutions. And now we look at the cost benefit analysis. The cost benefit analysis is the backbone of your business case. Here, you quantify each option by laying out both the costs and the anticipated benefits. For example, if you're recommending new customer service software, the cost might include software purchase, installation, and employee training, while benefits could be improved customer satisfaction and reduced churn. By laying out both immediate costs and long term benefits, this section enables stakeholders to see the financial and operational impact of each option. Impact assessment. This section examines how the recommended solution will affect the organization. It may include the operational impact, potential changes to workforce needs, or even cultural shifts. For example, adopting a multi channel strategy may require not only new technology, but also comprehensive staff training and alignment of various departments. This assessment helps stakeholders understand the reach of the project. Risk assessment. Each project has risks, and identifying them upfront shows that you're prepared. In the section, list potential risks associated with the recommended solutions and provide strategies to mitigate each one. For instance, if implementing new software carries a risk of employee resistance, your mitigation might involve providing comprehensive training and running a pilot program first. By proactively addressing risks, you increase stakeholder confidence. Finally, we'll look at the recommendations. The recommendations is the capstone of a business case. Here, you summarize why the chosen solution is the best option, briefly reiterate its advantages and alignment with organizational goals. This final section should be concise yet compelling, closing the document with a strong, clear recommendation. Now, let's bring the structure of a business case to life with a detailed example. Imagine you're a business analyst at a bank facing a significant issue, which would be the loan processing times are very slow, leading to customer dissatisfaction and an impact on the bank's reputation. Here's how you might build a business case. So we start with the introduction. In this section, you introduce the problem clearly. For example, you might write, the loan processing department has seen increased delays, resulting in negative customer feedback and a drop in satisfaction scores. This business case will explore solutions to reduce processing times and improve customer experience. So that would be a brief introduction on basically clearly outlining the problem. And then you move on to your executive summary. So the executive summary provides a quick snapshot of the business case. It might read, due to rising complaints about loan processing delays, we recommend investing in a modern loan processing system that will streamline operations, cut processing times by 40%, and enhance customer satisfaction. This solution will yield long-term benefits, outweighing initial setup costs. Right? And now you move on to your current situation analysis. Here you go in deeper into the problem using supporting data and impacts. You might include recent feedback surveys include a 20% drop in customer satisfaction relating to loan processing times over the past 6 months. Additionally, delays are leading to increased customer complaints and a potential loss of business to competitors with faster services. Now we look at options considered. This section presents all the possible solutions with brief explanations. For example, you can have option one to be streamline the current process through re-engineering and minor system tweaks. Option two would be to implement a new loan process software that automates key tasks. Option three would be to hire additional staff to manage the workload and reduce delays. Option four would be to do nothing, maintain the status quo. Now we look at cost benefits analysis. Here, you analyze each option's cost and expected benefits in detail. So, looking at option one, you could say processing re-engineering has low initial costs, but may not significantly reduce delays. Option two would be new software would occur in a high upfront cost, but promises long-term savings and a 40% reduction in processing time. Option three, hiring additional staff has moderate outgoing costs but provides immediate relief to processing delays. Option four, maintaining the current setup has no initial costs but risks outgoing dissatisfaction and potential loss of business. Now we look at impact assessment. In the section, examine how each solution would impact the bank's operations. Going back to our previous options. So option one was processing re-engineering. So here we'd say minimum disruption, but the impact may be limited. Option two, which was new software, we could say significant initial training and potential downtime during setup and high long-term efficiency gains. Option three, hiring staff, provide immediate improvement in response times, but leads to increased operational costs. Option four, which was our do nothing option, customer dissatisfaction may continue to rise, harming the bank's reputation. Now we look at the risk assessment. This section identifies risk and proposes strategies to minimize them. Option 1, low risk but limited potential benefits. Option 2, risk includes software adoption resistance and a learning curve for staff. Mitigation would be providing a comprehensive training and outgoing support. Option 3, risk of hiring costs and dependency on staffing levels. Option 4, high risk of ongoing customer dissatisfaction and potential revenue loss. And now we look at the recommendations. After weighing each option, make your recommendation clear and justify it. For example, we chose option 2. We could say investing in loan processing software is the recommended solution. It provides the most substantial long term benefits, including reducing processing times and improving customer satisfaction, which outweighs the initial investment and training costs. After the recommendations, you can obviously add your appendixes, which would include additional documents, a way you did your calculation, detailed analysis, or referencing. As we wrap up, here are some key points to remember. A business case is an essential document for aligning projects with organizational goals. Each section, from problem analysis to recommendation, builds a comprehensive, persuasive argument. Staying data driven and concise will help you present a clear, compelling case that supports decision making. A well structured business case does more than just propose a solution. It provides a complete data backed argument that systematically addresses each aspect of a decision through defined problem statements, data driven analysis, balanced options, and clear recommendations. A robust decision case empowers decision makers to act confidently and choose solutions that align with strategic goals. Thank you all for attending today's webinar on what is a business case. We've covered the fundamental elements of this crucial document. Please check out the link for a business case sample. And for a more in-depth explanation, please click on the link to view the blog on our IT Online Learning page. Thank you for joining today's webinar. I hope you find this webinar helpful. Pop me your questions and we will be more than happy to answer them. Also, feel free to view our blog on what is a business case, and you can also download our own business case sample. Don't forget to click like and subscribe in order to get notifications on our new insightful webinars. See you again soon.